Welcome back to another episode of the What's on Your Mind podcast.
It's Tuesday, February 25th, before we forget.
Yes, thank you for that. We've been remembering that, but it's like when we're like 5 minutes through.
Minutes into the podcast.
So,
Oh, by the way,
we don't really have too much to talk about today. It's kind of been a slow like previous week in sports. So, today we're going to be highlighting things like some comments made about the Tush Push by a certain Packers president. There's kind of a, I don't know if I just said the word controversial, but there's kind of another funny / controversial headline going around about a former NFL player. Probably talk a little bit about college basketball and just the tournament coming up. We can kind of comment on where our favorite teams are ranked and stuff. MLB, if you guys want to comment on like anything spring training related, or just say like one player on your team that you're looking forward to hopefully having a breakout year, and then of course conducting another draft, which we'll let you know what that is when it comes. But anybody want to go first?
I feel like I've gone first like 2 or 3 straight times, so
right.
I'll let somebody else go.
first this time, actually, just
I'll go first if you want. Let's see. Kansas. Yeah, the whole reason I'm wearing a Kansas jersey today, I don't know if you guys know who this is. Ochai Agbaji was the best player on the championship team of 2022. I'm wearing this in hopes that Kansas basketball gets their heads out of their you-know-whats and just finally turns it on come tournament time. I know we have arguably the worst big man in Kansas history in Hunter Dickinson. And I mean, the dude's just softer than butter. I mean, like he's like a point guard. He's like a point guard who's the coach's son in the body of a 7-footer. You know, like like I don't know. There's so many different ways to explain it. The way he runs is weird. I mean, I know that's a little off topic.
he's right.
What?
Right.
No, do you know what I mean? Thank you. Yeah, I was gonna say like
unathletic.
it really does.
Like a Jokic.
But I mean,
kind of
and.
thing?
Worse.
And like the way that other Kansas fans put it as it's like nobody's like, this is gonna be really cheesy and cliche, but nobody's playing for the name on the front of the jersey, which isn't as cliche when you're a Kansas fan, because usually like that's what Kansas basketball is. We have a bunch of guys who are Kansas legends, and then very seldom do they go on to the NBA and actually make, you know, like a legendary career. Like our most recent like high profile player is sadly Joel Embiid.
Hey, Grady Dick is a starter on the Raptors.
No, I mean but I'm saying like as far as like, you know,
Big dick fan over here.
like look at guys that have come out of like Kentucky and Duke and some of those other schools.
Rise, dude.
What did he say?
we went from Grady Dick. We went from Grady Dick. We went from Grady Dick to Hunter Dickinson.
It's in the name.
What did he say?
What did he say?
What'd you say?
You can say it again.
No, that's cool. We'll cut that out.
All right. Anyway, but yeah, so it's been fun dealing with trashy Kansas basketball. So that's pretty much what's on my mind. Cubs are undefeated in spring training. Whoop. Who gives a fuck?
Means nothing.
Me.
You guys had that fluke ass season back in 2016. Get over it,
real.
buddy. Shock team of the year.
Well, he knows because we eliminated his team in the NLCS. He was crying like a little.
You have a favorite baseball team? Don't worry about
He
me.
said
We know actually that applies because he's a Puig fan and Puig was on that team.
He just loves the
We lost us that game. Actually, I was there.
I only love Puig when you read his like Sports Illustrated thing when he like says about how he got to America and they like snuck on a cargo ship.
How is that?
Castro was trying to keep his ass in Cuba and he snuck on a cargo ship.
How has that not been made into a movie
That's
yet?
insane.
Because
dude.
that's how half the Dominicans get there.
Cuban.
No, honestly, like, you ain't us especially.
Sorry.
All that's different is you knew how to play baseball.
I will say the one thing about that season, that 2016, I've always loved this fact. There's 108, threads on the baseball, and it was 108 years after the Billy Goat curse.
Yeah.
That they ended up winning the World Series, which is honestly
Is there
that's
actually?
freaking sweet as shit. So I'm not 100% sure if that's true, but
It's
that
true.
was
We'll have to look that up if there's actually 108
Fun
But
fact: Virginia
I believe it.
Paskey was probably 108 when they won that World Series too.
She turned 250 before she died.
But also not a fluke season because we went to the NLCS the year after. I know we haven't been back since, but going to the NLCS the year after means you were not a fluke.
It was more like an intimidation thing. Like, oh, they might actually be good this year. And they were like,
It was just for
it's the same
TV
old
ratings.
guys. You know, yeah,
TV
It was
ratings.
like clinging on.
The MLB script is just one of those.
I mean, they
things.
put them in the World Series against the Indians, dude. Come on,
That's almost.
come on.
I don't think that's.
I
It's like the
mean,
Pilgrims versus the Indians, dude. That's.
we all know who came out on top. What? What'd you say?
You said it's like the Pilgrims versus the Indians, and you're supporting that.
Well, if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be here. So,
God bless.
too soon.
Colin
Too
has
soon.
I don't know.
400 years.
I don't know
too
about
soon.
all that.
Justin, what's on your mind, man?
I got here from my father's balls.
That's a swimmer.
Because
Blue Mountain State. Good-
Science.
What's
good
on
reference.
my mind? The Yankees are winning the World Series. That's all.
That's it.
Yep.
I understand.
You got any basis to that?
Yeah.
Speak on it, please.
Yeah. What do you want to hear?
Anthony Volpe.
Because they're doing the new shit.
The beards. Yeah, actually, maybe that's
Oh yeah,
fine.
no, dude.
That's the big change.
Look up Carlos Rodon's stats with a beard.
Okay.
Look up Garrett Cole's stats with a beard.
All right.
Seeing as how before their version of a playoff beard probably would have just been a little bit of stubble, a little 5 o'clock shadow.
Honestly,
That's all I got.
That's pretty dope.
No,
I mean,
they're going to be
both-
so good. Jason Dominguez is going to be amazing. He was good before the injury. He'll step back in and be a dog again. Anthony Volpe, even if his bat slightly improves, still a Gold Glove shortstop. Paul Goldschmidt was an MVP just a few years ago.
I forgot you guys got him.
Bellinger,
Oh, don't remind me of
I
that.
think he'll be a short porch king. I have this weird feeling. I don't even know if he hits the right field often, but he's a lefty.
No, he does. He
So
does.
that's how the science works out. I mean, right field. I don't know. That's how the science works out. So
He hit a lot of home runs at Wrigley to right field, and we have that little like indent. So it's funny though, because how many times have we always made the joke about like short porch merchant, and he's like, no, dude, they use the whole field. Like it's not a hitter friendly park. But so to hear him say that actually,
Those metrics, or what? No, just not the metrics.
Boston Red Sox have a more hitter-friendly park than.
Oh, dude, they do. By
oh
far.
yeah.
That was never the argument we were making, though. It was always the Yankees stadium is easier to hit a home run at than the Red Sox stadium. That was what it was. The Red Sox lead the MLB in doubles and triples every year.
The Red,
Yeah, 'cause-
So easy to hit.
the Red
No,
Sox
dude, in that
field-
little
And
triangle.
you
Red
hit it off
Sox
the wall.
field.
That's a free double.
The Red Sox field is the sole reason Alex Verdugo has been in the MLB this long.
He was. Remember that playoff series? We talked about it
Green
before.
Monster merchant.
That playoff,
Which is crazy because he's a lefty.
Yeah, that playoff.
That shows a little bit of skill to go the other way, though.
Same thing with Kike.
It's because he's late on everything.
It was
trust
the
me.
thing. That literally that one playoff series against the Yankees, Verdugo and Kike were monsters, and it was God bless Fenway Park.
Just doubles.
That's why I'm so like when I brought up Bregman at Fenway, he's the second best hitter of all time at Fenway Park. Like that's why I'm so excited that we got Bregman. Damn. Yeah.
Well, good for you.
He started out 3 for 3 as well in spring training with a home run, and our spring training complex is like a mini Fenway. It's pretty cool.
I bet it's not that cool.
For a spring training complex, it's pretty cool.
The Yankee Spring Training Complex is literally going to host an MLB team this year.
The Rays?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's because the Rays
Oh.
stadium got torn to the ground.
No, it's because the
That
Yankee
was-
Stadium is big enough to hold an MLB team.
Honestly, I think that's
Any of them are, realistically.
like the hurricane.
The Rays won't even fucking sell that stadium out.
The hurricane that did that, honestly, I think that was an act of God. I think God himself was like, this is, I don't know why you guys keep this stadium going, but this is,
Tropicana is bad.
no, it's
Tropicana
terrible.
was bad, dude. Oh my god. I don't know, the stands, the dome, like
looks like
every
a-
part about it. The turf was awful.
It looks like a field house at some slack Division III school.
You go up to the Wisconsin Dells, somehow we have all those bubbles for like indoor football and baseball. You can find one just like Tropicana up in Wisconsin Dells. It's crazy. But to go back to the beginning of your point, I refute that statement. All in on the Red Sox this year. Let's
All
go,
right, that's
baby.
all right. Fabius, what's on your mind?
I got a couple things actually. Shout out to that wrestler Tyson Terry. I believe he either won 160-0 or 169-0, but he was the first high school athlete to be a state championship all 4 years, and he's an absolute fucking unit. The dude's massive. I thought he was 40 when I saw him.
He's going to Nebraska.
And he's going to Nebraska to play football. So that's even I might even watch a little Nebraska football this year.
Dude, they're on the come.
Call-
They got
call
Matt
one
Rule.
Huskers.
They got Matt Rule, dude. They've had their best last
Dude.
season,
last
their best
year,
season
too.
in like 2 decades. Dude, he's building that program back. Like they've done the best the last 2 years, and they have in decades. Not
They used to
decades.
be
Since they were the powerhouse.
When was that? Like 88 to 94 when they had that running back? I think it was.
Well, their quarterback too was a Heisman. I don't know if he won the Heisman, but he was a Heisman.
I'm trying to think of that running back. Lawrence Phillips. He ended up having like a crazy 30 for 30 where he was doing all kinds of crazy shit. But I do believe that Nebraska is on the up and up, and that dude, Tyson Terry, I believe his name is. I get him 2 first names, it looks like. But that dude's a fucking beast.
Tyson
and
Terry, all right.
honestly, that sounds
I have to
pretty
look
cool.
for him.
It would be
playing
pretty
football.
cool. It would be pretty cool if Nebraska was like I don't want to say go too far and say a powerhouse, but like it'd be cool if they were like top 25, consistently top 25 relevant. Because I mean, I feel like ever since I was a kid, like I always heard about like, oh yeah, Nebraska football is like really historic, or whatever. But when I was a kid, it was always like, dude, this team is terrible. What do you like? How? What happened to them?
You know what's crazy too is their success 30 years ago still is so crazy. They still sell out that damn stadium.
Yeah. Well,
And
then again, what else are you gonna do
darn-
in Nebraska?
Yeah, it's the same thing
Far.
with like the Iowa Hawkeye. Any state that has like a formerly known or currently known college team, but they don't have any pro teams,
pro
they
team.
tend to sell out.
I mean, and
Yeah.
they only have a handful of. I think they got like Nebraska Kearney, which is like an NAIA, but outside of that, the Cornhuskers are like the real deal there. And it's when Ethan said they sell out, they have like 94,000 seats. So they're not just selling out one of those rinky-dinky, smaller mag schools with 30, 40,000.
Yeah.
If that schools, they're actually selling out big and they're not winning games.
I love how you ended that.
But also, I did want to say they were ranked like 16th. What was it, 2017, 2015, when Melvin Gordon was there. But he also ended up breaking. I think they were ranked 16th.
Not Melvin Gordon.
Are you talking about Wisconsin or
Elvin
Nebraska?
Gordon was at Wisconsin.
Okay, I was like, wait, did I miss when he said Wisconsin?
No, yeah, you're
Melvin
right.
Gordon was
We
at
played them in the
Wisconsin.
Big Ten championship.
And he rushed for 428 yards against a number 16th ranked Nebraska team. So they've been, all right.
And Nebraska was bowl eligible this year for the first time since 2016.
So
Matt
that's probably
Rule's
around
got
that
it turned
time.
around.
Well, good for you, Nebraska.
Seth, what's on your mind, buddy?
Not super sports related. One thing was shout out Ross Gangler.
Shout out, no free shout out.
He's the second person that said they actually listened to the podcast. So
Yeah.
Goat.
Dude, believe it or
Yeah,
not,
man,
I've been getting a lot of people saying, "Dude, we love your podcast." I'm like,
They're lying. They're lying.
Kevin.
I don't
Jo-
Are you watching it or are you just saying that?
Josh said like his entire class like subscribes and watches or whatever.
Yeah,
Which I'm hoping
when I play Xbox
Yeah, I
with them,
hope
they
so.
always bring it up.
That's good.
Fuck yeah.
But,
Shout out them too.
No, I was actually gonna like kind of make a joke next time I saw Ross because he liked one of our reels and he's got the blue check mark on Instagram. I'm like, dude, we gotta like from a verified.
High profile.
Somebody's paying $25 a month for that.
I mean, if it helps us get more views, I'm about to.
Oh, but yeah.
But what else you got?
Then pretty excited about Mark Canna. Brewers.
Wait, they brought him back. Wait, did you have him? It wasn't this past year. You had him. It was the year before, right? Where you got him at the deadline. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
Dang.
So 2 years ago.
I think it was 2 years ago.
yeah. Technically,
Hey, he was a spark.
Unless I'm
he was
wrong.
a spark
Sorry,
late
JT,
season
if
when
I'm
he
wrong.
came here 2
Yeah,
years
he
ago.
was. He had a good
so-
year. He had a good half season in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Dude, otherwise, fucking, I've been liking watching the Bucks. They look like they've been playing really good since the trade deadline.
So we were right about the Kuzma trade.
You know what?
I was right.
As much as it hurts, like Horse God said, it was what's best for the team at the time, and might not feel good, but
It was right.
Yeah.
business is booming.
Can't argue with that. Ethan, did you go? All
Yeah, I'm ready to go right now.
right, go ahead.
Shut the fuck up.
You know, and these are LSU college fans for football specifically right here.
Barely.
You know, but
KBS more than Ethan.
but
For sure.
and we all love to talk about SEC dominance. I know Justin doesn't like it as much. In college football, SEC dominance has been a thing for a couple decades now.
Big Ten football, we're better now.
This year, and my whole point being is we always focus on the football part of it, but
Okay.
7. I'm not talking about college football. I'm not like just stop. I know you're already thinking I'm going to say 7 out of the last.
Forever.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that's going to tie in. All right, relax. 7 out of the last 10 college baseball champions have been out of the SEC. And this year, for the first time,
I mean,
four of the top 6 college basketball teams are SEC. SEC.
Yeah, they're really good.
It just means more, baby. The SEC is crazy.
They're also really good at women's swimming and diving.
Yeah, well, it just means more in the
but it's
SEC.
been what?
Because I don't care. I'll say it right now. I do not care. If you are not
I care
football,
about you,
if you are
Kentucky
not
swimming and
football,
diving.
basketball, or baseball, or hockey, I do not care. All right? But, yeah, SEC, it's just like, I just saw that.
First year they've dominated the basketball. And like
No, the basketball.
No, yeah, they
it's
haven't
just
won
an
it-
addition.
unless-
It's just an addition. But like I saw on Twitter, it was like just showing previous baseball champions, and I was like, oh my god! Right now, it's a
fucking half the other
5-year heater for the SEC right now,
it's
and it's
'cause-
been a different team every year in the last 5 years. That's insane.
Name another conference where you can play baseball year round.
You got the former Pac-12.
ACC.
No, you could.
Notable
You
powerhouse
currently
UCLA
Washington,
baseball
Oregon.
team.
Well, actually, all of them can play year round. You know what they do? They just come down here and they play, or they have indoors.
It's not the same, and you know it's.
It's not the same, but
either
I'm
way-
saying it means more.
But either way, like you said, like unless they win it this year, but like assuming they don't win it this year, it'll have been 13 years since an SEC team won the national championship for basketball.
They probably
Which that's a little
like 5% off.
that's a little that's still a little too soon for me because they
basketball is
beat
not-
Kansas.
Basketball is not the argument here. All right, basketball.
What do you mean? Yes, it is.
No, basketball is my.
You said usually we talk about football, but now we're talking about basketball.
Baseball was the second thing I said. Actually, baseball was the second main point. I'm saying
That was the irrelevant thing. I said.
basketball coming in is just like at this moment right now with basketball. That's the top 3. That's the dominance right there. And you know what actually just reminded me of? Remember when UW Whitewater won the national title for football, basketball, and baseball
Trippy
the same
crap.
year?
Roll Warhawks,
I
baby.
remember John Alder bought a shirt that said the Triple Crown because all we do is piss excellence. It's the coolest shirt I've ever seen.
They actually did that one year too. I thought it was like basketball.
They went all
There's
football,
basketball, baseball,
In one
football.
year. What? Wait.
Did they do it more
Oh
than
no!
once?
Then they
No,
won
just
2.
once.
They won 2 in 1 year. Once too. Football and basketball another
And
year.
then,
But
like you said, they did it in rugby one year, but that's club. It's not considered. I don't think it's part of the NCAA.
Yeah, it's club.
But still pretty fucking
Club matters
cool.
too.
Yeah.
Though.
No, it doesn't.
I'm still.
You don't like going to the club?
I will say there's 2 sports where I think club gets a little more impressive. That's hockey now out of nowhere.
No, that's not true.
Out of nowhere.
No, UNLV's club hockey team has been getting national respect for the last 20 years.
No, it came into like national NHL, like high profile NHL player attention in the last couple years, and part of it, what brought it in, was I forget what team out west. I kind of want to say Arizona State, but I think they're D1 now. High profile is in like they're like club hockey is hockey too. I saw a fucking
It
tweet
is.
just like that.
Like they're getting looked
Because
at
now they're
as
getting looked at as a
professional
great team.
And yeah,
a club
you
team
get
just beat
recruited.
a club team beat a top 25 team this year.
UNLV, a club team, beat the number 1 team this year.
Was the number 1 team? Okay, so that's what it was. All right.
Okay.
Then why are then?
UNLV, it's because Title IX. You have to have the same amount of girls and boys sports, so they can't.
Oh, so they just didn't make the
Yeah,
cut.
that's why Wisconsin
Dang.
doesn't have a
How
baseball.
good is their regular team then?
Dude,
What
it's,
do you mean?
They don't have a hockey
they
team.
don't have a hocky team.
They can't have.
Oh, okay, never mind. I'm
It's
stupid.
like I'm saying, like that's why Wisconsin doesn't have a
Dad.
baseball team. They'd have to add a women's sport to be able to add baseball.
UNLV club hockey and other club hockey teams have been nationally competing for a while.
It's just nuts. Like
Club hockey is club sports.
it's good, but I'd say like rugby too. Rugby for club because it's not a big collegiate sport, so the clubs are still pretty fucking good.
Yeah. All right. Well, if that concludes it for what's on your mind, we're gonna jump into NFL related stuff.
Steve Smith.
You want to start with that?
Yeah,
All
I'll
right.
Hell yeah, I want to start with Steve Smith. I've been following this dude. This thing is
Steve the
hilarious.
Take it away.
All right, so Steve Smith, NFL legend, great personality, love him. He
He also loves the
committed infidelity.
Loving husband
He
too.
committed infidelity.
He went against the Ten Commandments.
He doesn't love his wife enough.
He doesn't love his 72 kids enough either, all right? So Steve Smith
To clap a 3?
was Steve Smith was performing unethical things with a marching band member of the Baltimore Ravens, and we found this out because her husband found out. And he posts, so he originally
To social
tweeted.
media.
Yeah, he originally tweeted like the tags, everything that happened. He tweeted it all.
Honestly, I don't know if I'm posting my dirty laundry like that.
No, dude, seriously.
I think it was more to take Steve Smith down.
Which I
okay,
get
no,
I
that.
get that.
But-
But the funniest part of the tweets was just that he added, like he mentioned all these big places, and nobody knows if he's sponsored by them or not. But the funniest one was like it was like his network and stuff, and like other random like sports places. And then the last one was Yeti. the cup and cooler brand.
He's like, what this got to do with me?
And people are tweeting, they're like, we're waiting for an official statement from Yeti still.
That's because Steve Smith is cold-blooded.
But no, like I agree with Seth. Like, and yeah, I get that he wanted to take Steve Smith down, but there's probably multiple ways that could have been done without posting. Like, I definitely wouldn't have posted the texts or anything just because those were so wild.
Those were wild.
Like, I'm
Don't
not,
post the text. I will,
Like,
well, he
why-
needed-
Phone call
he
was
needed,
enough.
He needed the. I do get. He kind of needed
The phone call was
proof, just
hilarious.
because- But he also, I do get why he posted on social media too, because if you do want to take him down, you need the national audience too, which he now has. And then, but after that, he took it down though, and he went to Facebook, and he posted that, and he kept it there. But then he posted someone said the phone call. The phone call was by far the best part.
Sorry.
yeah, just
Where he,
sorry.
he was like, he called him, and he was like, you fucked my wife. And Steve Smith, nothing, radio silence. A little bit later, he's like, the husband was like, do you have anything to say about it? And Steve Smith's, I'm sorry.
No, seriously, like he
Radio silence for like 2 minutes.
he like put all the power in like I don't want to say power control, but like he put it right all back into Steve Smith's hands just by leading with that, like, oh, you slept with my wife, like, and then just the silence or whatever. Like, if it were me, I'd be like, okay, now I don't know what to say. I was hoping for a reaction out of you so I could like use that as fuel, but now I got nothing.
Yeah, I don't think it's about the reaction. I literally think it was just taking him down. Like I said before, like the national audience being behind it is what's going to, if it even does.
And-
I don't think it will. But taking down, and then like Fabian said, we forgot the most important part is she was a solid 3. And he threw away his whole family for this lady.
I
What did you say?
Nothing.
most of the time, like not to disparage by looks, but usually you hear these stories. It's like, oh, the guy slept with a cheerleader. When he said marching band, I'm like, first off, they even have those
I didn't know
for
that.
the NFL.
Yeah,
But
I
second
don't
off,
have them.
honestly,
Yes, they do.
Band's important.
Been to an NFL game?
You got about
Packers don't have one.
Yes, they do.
no, I don't think the Bears have one.
Yes, I know for sure the Bears do.
Packers.
I'm not a
don't
real
have
fan.
one.
Promise you they do. They
not a real fan.
drumline at
I
least.
thought the Packers just bring in the
Drumline,
Wisconsin
yes,
band when
yes.
they can come.
Maybe the Packers have at least a drum line. When I was at the Colts Packers game, a Packers drum
Oh, they
line
didn't have
came
one
on.
when I was there.
I feel like that's a band. That's a band.
Wasn't paying
Yeah,
attention
somewhat.
the 3 times I've been. So.
Well, I will say this: he's probably trying to figure out what she did that one time at band camp. Those stories are not for the weak, if you know.
Oh,
what I'm saying.
exactly. Steve Smith's seen some.
The funniest part is it basically
American
happened at band camp.
Yeah.
Because Steve Smith was participating with the band.
Yeah.
So he was basically
Yeah.
at band camp.
You couldn't have scripted this.
I don't think we can read the text on here, but if you want to have a good time, look that up. It is
probably
Yeah,
right.
It
I
is
don't think I'm
so
gonna go out of my
funny.
way to put those up here too because I don't want to look at them again just because.
It is
Like,
crazy.
it was just the secondhand embarrassment.
You know what the craziest part? I saw someone say they read the whole thing probably, and they were like, not even a Panthers band member. He's more remembered as being a member of the Panthers. That's disrespectful to the Panthers, not his wife, the
I
Panthers.
didn't even think about that, but yeah, I would be upset as a Panthers fan.
We mean nothing to you.
I mean, we're not fucking my team's band member.
Dude, this is why I wish like I know like it's not the best ethical practice, but like I wish like other teams' social media accounts would just find a way to be unhinged with this sort of stuff. If that concludes it for Steve Smith's antics, let's move on towards probably this is gonna be my favorite part of this episode. Recently, Packers president Mark Murphy said the Tush Push should be banned because
it's not competitive.
Okay. Oh yeah, here, I have the quote. I have the quote.
They think
Yeah.
he says it's too easy, it's not competitive, and it's a free yard.
Yeah, here's the quote.
reasoning.
He said, "I am not a fan of this play. There is no skill involved, and it is almost an automatic first down on plays of a yard or less. There used to be a rule prohibiting this, but it is no longer enforced because I believe it was thought to be too hard for the officials to see. The play is bad for the game, and we should go back to prohibiting the push of the runner. This would bring back the traditional QB sneak that worked pretty well for Bart Starr and the Packers in the Ice Bowl. Shut up!"
Yeah, I won't talk about it.
I will say this,
I really wish he would have just not said the last line.
No, honestly, no. For the most part, I'm like, I'm not going to
Now
dispute
I
this
want
too much,
because
but
it worked for us. That's going to help your argument.
Yeah.
I mean, I will say, didn't they?
when we're
They
wearing
aren't allowed to jump over the line anymore, are they?
No, you can do that.
They can. They can't.
You
on
can't
field
pull.
goals.
The only NFL rule
Or they
that
can't
has
jump
been
over the long
changed
snapper.
is you cannot pull a runner forward. You can push people
You
again.
can push forward, but you
You
can't.
can
pull
push
them
people
forward.
again, but you can't pull them forward.
Well, that shit gets tough when there's 4 fucking 6'8" dudes fucking in one big group. So
Like,
it's
I was pushing him,
it's
just-
kinda
I was just
hard
going
to
backwards.
see it,
Right.
and it can easily get manipulated. So I see the idea behind it because wasn't it in the Super Bowl? Dude tried jumping over the line 3 times, and then it
Yeah, the
ended up
defender.
getting from a foot to half a foot to 3 inches.
Or in the
And
NFC
you're
Championship.
NFC
Yeah, yeah.
Championship, my bad. And it ended up becoming like you're guaranteed gonna fucking score. But what else are you supposed to do against the Tush Push
Yeah.
when he's 2 feet off the ground and you're trying to at least stop him or knock a motherfucker out? So I understand why the Tush Push is. It does has his controversial
Like,
state.
As a fan watching it, like, yeah, it's kind of lame because it's just like
Learn.
I'm not, no. Let me finish.
I love
Let me finish.
watching Landon Dickerson over fucking power the grown men.
No, yes, like that's what I was gonna say. Let me finish. But then once you realize, like Ethan pointed out, that the Eagles are literally like the only team that consistently do it successfully, so it still is a show.
Nobody else has tried.
It's a show.
They've tried. They're not as good
I wouldn't
at
say they
it. They're
haven't
just not as
tried.
good at it.
I mean, what was their average?
I've watched a lot of NFL games and cannot remember a single time somebody tried it.
I haven't really
I-
seen it.
It's happened.
No, I can.
It's happened.
No,
It came out early
the
this
Bills
season.
tried it against the Chiefs.
I will
Did they
also
not?
say it comes up for the Eagles more often because who's on the field more often? A good damn offense.
Guys,
Yeah.
that offensive line is elite. This
Oh,
is
it
what-
is.
No, yeah.
Here's another thing. This is what I want to say. Yes, it's fucked up. Another thing that all you need to do, the Eagles have just gotten so good at it, they abuse the rules too. All 4 Eagles offensive linemen, even sometimes the center, are offsides. All 4 of them. It's supposed to be like helmet to like top of the hip or whatever. The refs just throw that out the window. They let them do whatever they want. They even let the defense line up offside sometimes. They just need to go back to actually enforcing the neutral zone. It won't be that overpowered of a play then. And that's really it's the neutral zone. They don't enforce it.
To their credit as well, you know who else we don't give enough credit like when it comes to the Tush Push? How many other teams have a quarterback that can squat as much as Jalen Hurts?
Kyler Murray, he's already right there standing straight.
Well,
up
it's
and down.
not fair. Low center of gravity doesn't have to go down as far.
You need to watch those words because 6'30" over here, brother. And it ain't because of low.
Yeah, you're taller than Kyler Murray. I think. I don't know.
Quarterback.
That's true, but I think he's actually a couple inches taller than me.
He's
Jalen Hurts
listed
can
at 6
squat
foot.
like
He's like
700 pounds.
Yeah.
No, that's what I was gonna say. Like,
5, which I was like, what?
Yeah.
I will say something that you were talking about with the neutral zone. When you look at the neutral zone, where is actually like the depth of it? Because once you get to like 2-3 inches away, like they were,
It's supposed to be literally the tip of the ball, and
if the tip of the ball's at the 1 inch line,
For
when
the
does
defenders-
fucking neutral line
for the
actually
defenders.
matter? You know.
But the O-line still...
It does.
If-
It's a
the
game
way-
of inches.
It is.
The way
It
the
is.
NFL
That's
works
that's
is
the best thing about it.
the guards and tackles don't get to line up at the neutral zone.
Okay.
They have to have, like, it's not... Helmet to hip is like the high school rule, but they still have... I can't remember exactly what it is. They still have a rule where they're supposed to be
They
back.
have to be behind the center.
Like, so, it's something. It's something weird.
It's like a helmet or a
And they're
shoulder.
disregarding it. They're they are helmet to
Yeah,
helmet.
I know.
It's like
when I
it's
saw it, it was
disregarding
like
it.
literally a straight
It's a straight line.
across.
It's not supposed to be like that.
My main problem with it, and it's mainly, I guess, probably because I'm a defensive side person here, but I don't have a problem with Tush Push at all. I think the Eagles do it best. Nobody else could probably do it as well. But on the defensive side, if you want to make it fair, let the linebackers, whoever's behind the D-line, push their D-line. That's against the rules. That is not fair. The fact that you can have Jalen Hurts pushing in, or a quarterback pushing into a center or guard, while they have a running back or whoever pushing into them. That is three people
Training
giving
them.
you power while you're going against one guy. That is so unfair.
And
The linebackers cannot put their hands on a D tackle, or that is a penalty.
That is pretty out of pocket. I mean, and considering who Saquon Barkley is, who's also squatting 600 pounds and probably could bench 405, and he's pushing Jalen Hurts in there.
Dallas Goddard is too. Got the tight end back there.
Here's the exact rule. A defender cannot push their own players to collapse the line of scrimmage. What do the people behind Jalen Hurts do?
Push
Yeah, no,
They push him to collapse the line of scrimmage.
And you know what's the craziest part? Because Roger Goodell addressed it. He said it's too. Hear me on this. Too dangerous for the defenders to do it. It's more dangerous when you have three people to a quarterback who has his head down, running into a line. What?
Head down in his quarterback's ass, in his center's ass, hoping his center makes a block.
That's
Honestly, yeah.
insane, dude.
Because if his center whiffs, Jalen Hurts is fucking paralyzed.
Yeah.
Going straight,
Yeah.
He is
straight back.
sideways.
Yeah.
This is kind of a side
Accordion.
note. Just talking about motherfuckers getting knocked out. So, out of my years of playing football, I know this is kind of off topic, and I'm sorry, but I was playing out in California, Grossmont, Cuyamaca.
What a time in our lives, dude. I could not believe
it-
it.
I forgot about that.
I
We'd be
always
playing
I always forget.
Xbox and he'd like be in and out because he's on a boat.
A sailboat at that. It
Live in
was,
a sailboat.
I bet you learned some good shanties.
it was about
Pretty
3
fucking
feet
sick.
by about
It's
7
so sick.
feet. It had a TV. I think I had 2 microwaves on it. It was just one of those real weird situations. But talking about getting cleaned up and getting paralyzed. So we had this offense where it was like
Sure,
real
that
fucking
connects at some
traditional. Like kind of like that pro back style where you got the fullback, running back, and we
Early
rotate.
2000s ass.
Yeah, just one of those. And, you know, we're going up to, I think it was Long Beach Poly, some scrimmage game. It was 3 hours away. I lived out in San Diego. And out of all the times I've been hit, and I've played against a couple really good players who ended up playing later in life, whatever. But, dude, I go out for this block, and they got this DN. He's probably about 6'1", 6'2", 230. So not the biggest DN or linebacker. When I tell you, the second I hit this man, my legs and my knees were parallel to the ground. My helmet was lifted up like Aaron Rodgers. And I laid there like this. Granted, it didn't hurt that bad. But I tell you, how fast I hit that fucking ground and I could feel my knees and my hamstrings touch was one of the craziest experiences I've ever had in football.
Talk about
You
a
got-
humbling experience.
You got Dick Butt-kissed.
Exactly. We go to film the next day. I shit you not. We're watching. We're like, oh yeah, we're going through this, blah blah blah. And at the time, I'm not the biggest dude. I think I was probably like 170, 180 pounds because I wasn't eating out there because I'm living on a fucking boat.
You had two microwaves.
You got scallops and fish right there, dude. Get a fucking blind.
You little scallywag.
You know what I had? I
I could
had
see that.
I had boat stew. Guess what?
Whoa, that sounds horrible.
All right.
I don't know what that
You
is,
wanna
but it's
hear
gotta
what
be
boat stew
horrible.
is? Chopped up hot dogs, broccoli with cheese and hot sauce.
There we go.
Actually,
that's a high.
that sounds pretty good.
So
Yeah,
I
it's
had
like your own
What
stir
does
fry.
that?
It's like a stir fry.
sounds
Dude, weird.
Like
It was a-
heartburn and
To a starter man, that sounds good.
Yeah.
But when I tell you that, and we get in the film the next day, after the play goes on, there's probably about 10 or 12 of us in there for like offensive film because motherfuckers play both sides on JUCO. They
crazy.
all turned around and looked at me. And they're like staring at me for about a good 3 seconds. And I swear to you, about 3 of them in unison said, "Are you okay?"
You're playing.
How are you? How did you get here?
He's like, and then coach after he was like, "You good?" So that was
Were you
my one.
fully prepared to hit him, or were you just
So-
running like 2 straight up?
So that's the thing with blocking, and Justin probably it's more so about getting enough pressure, getting in the way, and getting this motherfucker out of the way. That motherfucker stone cold clocked me.
Yeah.
Sent me on my ass, and I'm telling you, my hamstrings touched my calves, and it was like this. And I'm looking up, helmet about right here, and I'm like, oh. That's literally all I could say. It didn't hurt like anything. I didn't have a concussion, but I shit you not, for the rest of that little scrimmage we had, the 1 or 2 plays I might have had after that, I was still thinking about getting my ass beaten.
So
Like
tough.
freeze frame record scratch. You're probably wondering how I got it. Got it. We got college basketball talk next. Selection days in what, like a couple weeks or so
At
ish.
least 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's still a ways away. But I don't know. Do you want to go into like what's new with Wisconsin?
I'm Wisconsin, baby.
Yeah, Wisconsin. Still looking good. Lost to Oregon was tough, but the selection committee and obviously all the net rankings, KenPom is obviously a math equation, but
That's always
still
fun in
saw-
sports.
I think it is with college basketball because the AP poll should be abolished.
And it's hard. It's so crazy in college basketball because the different schedules are
Yeah.
nuts.
But Wisconsin blew lead to Oregon, up 16 with 6 minutes to go. Blew it, but still
to
not
see.
bad. But since Oregon beat us, it was a huge win for them. So now it ended up just being a quad 1 loss still because they beat us. So that's kind of cool. No quad 2 loss. We stayed at the 11th seed. We're pretty much
We were projected a 2 seed. I saw.
we're probably not going to get the 2 anymore, sadly. That's the one thing I was going to say. That's the thing that fucked us is since the selection committee is still a group of people just making their opinion, they are going to look at that game. Probably won't get a 2 seed. Could get a 3 seed still, but since we'd be the number 1 3 seed, that means we won't play in Milwaukee, which is sad. But I don't have a voice, by the way.
I know.
Worse,
I've been meaning to
It's
ask.
so much worse.
Yeah.
I gotta ask, what song were you singing that you lost your
Pink
voice
Pony
to?
Club.
I was not
Pony
expecting.
Club. I'm gonna keep on dancing at the Pink Pony Club. Banger.
Certified.
But so what? Like, I'm not even asking this to like set you up for a joke or whatever. Is Wisconsin ranked right now? I can't remember.
Yeah, I love it.
Okay. Oh wow.
Yeah, but they're
A lot better than
drop.
Kansas is
They're
doing.
gonna drop.
No.
But-
after the Oregon loss, 11.
Wait, so who do you
No,
get?
that they update.
Yeah, just
Wait, so who do you guys have
Oh,
coming up
shit.
then?
Every Monday.
Oh, I thought it was.
Sunday.
Tonight, Washington.
Okay.
Sunday at Michigan State, huge game.
Huge, yeah.
Michigan State looks pretty good, but I still think I got faith. I think we'll win, especially after the Oregon loss. I think we're gonna win there.
What's the
Yeah,
what's
Penn
the
State. That's it.
what's the most realistic seed Wisconsin's gonna be looking at?
We're a lock.
Three.
3? Okay.
3.
We're a lock for 3.
Pray-
Sounds about right.
prayer
I was
for
gonna say
2.
maybe
I
2.
think-
Like,
I
'cause if
think
you're ranked
even-
11th right now, like,
No, okay,
or no,
if-
2. Yeah, no, it'd be 3.
If we beat Michigan State and win the Big Ten tournament, we're a lock for 2, and I think maybe they consider us for 1 if we win the Big Ten tournament and win out. But if we lose, we're not going to win the Big Ten tournament. If we lose to Michigan State, which is likely, and we come in top 4 Big Ten, which is likely going to be we're going to be a 3. Even if
Yeah.
we lose a couple of games, we're going to be a 3. We won't be much lower than a 3. I'd be shocked. I would be shocked if we're a 4.
Yeah, no, that sounds about right.
I do have, believe it or not, a take on basketball here. So I really only get to college basketball when it comes around tournament time. I am a proclaimed Wisconsin basketball fan, but that is a fair weather fan status. I will acknowledge.
Nobody's like me.
I only care when they're good.
Been to 7 games.
Just because I'm not a huge basketball fan, but I love looking at March Madness, love looking at just the analytics of it. I think I have not determining a champion, but a lock that I have right now St. John's is going to at least the Elite Eight.
It's funny. He hasn't
My
watched-
boy Rick
He
Pitino.
has not watched St. John's
All
play
in.
here.
I didn't know. That's what I literally just said.
I wasn't listening.
You at least
I am
know.
big into the March Madness and the
Looking back,
analytics.
when he was talking, I was staring at the cooler. I was so spaced out. So
And you know what? You know what? So I say Elite Eight, and that's just me looking at metrics and everything. But
Rick Pitino's also the best coach.
that's
No, I was gonna say,
that's what
you at
makes
least
me
know he's
want to
coaching
say.
there?
Yeah.
That's what makes me want to say Final Four. And then I was
That
listening.
Final Four, just because they truly don't have the team.
No, and that's okay. Then that's what I'm getting into right now. All right, Rick Pitino. I watched an interview with him.
Well, I've actually watched them play.
And he said, and I told you again on analytics, this is what brought me from Elite Eight to Final Four, was more so I watched an interview with him, and he was taught, like, I've never seen someone be so brutally honest about their own team.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
He was saying,
Yeah.
I will,
doesn't
like,
care.
he named
does not
players.
care, dude.
He named specific players in the interview. He's like, I will go in there and tell them that they suck,
Gardner
and they
did
are
that.
not doing enough.
like-
Greg
And
Gardner in
then
an interview
he
said,
named
"Crowell,
them. He
how do you
named-
have no
like,
rebounds?"
It's one thing.
Accountability.
It's one thing to like go say it to a player, like that's good. That's what you should do. But to say it in a national interview and go say he sucks, I'm going to tell him what he needs to do better. That is nuts. And he's so honest about how like we suck at shooting. Basically, what I got from him is we're a gritty goddamn team, and that's where it
Is
comes
he getting
from.
bashed for doing that? Because
No.
So no, it's, the obvious. Some people like last episode when I was talking about that one dude's radio show that I.
No.
Huh?
From good sports fans, he's not getting bashed.
Yeah. But no, that last episode I mentioned that one dude's show who I hate. I could be wrong, but I feel like I remember him saying like, I don't know if I would go about it that way or whatever. It's like, dude, like I get it, but at the same time, like if you never had a coach that was like that, but also you knew that he was doing it to get the best out of you, then don't comment on the situation, because some coaches just have more drastic measures, and not saying it's perfect or anything like that, but I mean, that's a lot of us had a coach. Shout out Coach Lopez. Had a coach who was not afraid. He never.
I won less than 20 games in my entire high school career, counting football, baseball, and basketball.
serious?
All 4 years.
Are you serious?
No, but
Wait, what?
okay, for real.
Exaggeration.
I have not counted. I can guarantee, counting football, baseball, and basketball, all 4
How many
years,
winning seasons?
none.
Wait, so are you
no.
saying you never
I
had a
was a
coach like
part of
that?
two of those.
No,
I was part of
never,
two of those.
never.
Okay. So all right, most of us have had a coach like
the
that.
best coach I had was like
Ethan Cesars.
no head coach. I don't think a head coach.
Oh, all right.
You-
Best
yeah.
coach you had though. Who is it?
Ethan.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Let's
Underrated
go.
coach Dave Paulzine.
Dave Paulzine was
Dave
great.
Paulzine, ball nowhere. Did not should have called the plays when I was in high school. Ball nowhere.
All right, what's
But
the
anyway-
next part you're gonna say? Sorry, you were building off it. We
What was I
interrupted
gonna say?
you.
What was I saying before?
You were said this is from a guy who is.
So you're
yeah,
saying
that's all I was gonna
less than
say.
20 oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
you're not using. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I've never experienced that.
Yeah.
really.
Which is fair, but
all
no.
I said was like not me. No, I've had some good coaches. I love my coaches, but
none like that where like they were like
all my
a,
coaches just kind
a
of.
little bit more eccentric, but like you knew that it was just that was their style and they were doing
You know
it
what?
to get the best out of you.
You know what you just reminded me of? Shout out Joe Lopez, by the
That's
way.
I was just gonna say
I
that.
wish I
Dang
had
it!
him.
That was my shout out.
Sorry,
wish I had
sorry.
him.
Okay,
I wish I
so
would-
because like
Amazing.
I never liked basketball ever. I just always played it. But Joe was the one who like taught me my freshman year. It was like you don't love basketball. Clearly, you just like the grind. And I was like, that's actually I've never heard anybody say anything like that. You know what I mean? Like that's what got me thinking about coaches, what they do, like what they bring out of a player. Like it's crazy. Not as, and it's also like my thing with the NBA. I don't think the coaches do that much schematically. It's really just what do you bring out of your players? Like what can you make them?
And
It's so much more than X's and O's. It's fucking crazy.
yeah,
dude.
people forget
And
that
that's
like
why I'm all in on Rick Pitino.
people forget that like a coach is supposed to be able to look inward and not just the player but also the person and realize what their potential is. And if they see that one, they're not like living up to that, but two, they're doing it in a way that like is like slacking off and like, you know, just not caring. It's up to that coach to, I mean, obviously, like, I'm not saying you want to abuse a player or anything, but it's up to that coach to do what they need to do to get the best out of that player. And sometimes it is Tom Izzo, Rick Pitino screaming in a dude's face, and saying get your head out of your butt and a bunch of other choice words. And a lot of times if the player chooses to accept that for what it is, responds to it in a positive way, and like they go on to maybe not have successful sports careers, but have very successful
Just
careers in
success
life.
general.
Yeah, exactly.
That's one of the things I appreciate about it once I got to Toledo. I had a coach, his running backs coach, his name was Coach Cole. I'm not going to use his first name because he would always say, hey, Big, don't use my government name, Big. So one of the things that, they really required of us was effort. And a lot of the times that gets overlooked or you end up getting passed up on just because you're not trying hard enough, right? And I'm not, I was one of the biggest guys, fastest guys, or anything of that nature. And you often look at a lot of guys like Julian Edelman, for example. Went to the Kent State, was a quarterback, but he just had that fucking grit and he was a grinder. And just talking about that on a personal level when you're they say something to you and it actually holds value. There's this thing we call the NAF. And if you got called a NAF, that was fighting words almost. And what a NAF is a non-athletic fuck. So if you went out there and you dropped the ball, tripped over your feet, fell on the ground, and everybody just looked at you, you're a NAF. You're not an asset to this team. You're not a benefit to this team. And you're honestly just embarrassing us. And that's kind of what the meaning was behind it. So when you would get called a NAF, whether it was, once a week or once a month, you felt that in your heart because you're like, wow, I actually embarrassed the group. I embarrassed my coach. And another thing they would say is that, hey, you pay my bills. So if you're going to be here and you're going to fuck up and you're going to waste my time and waste my money, I don't fucking need you here. Yeah. And I think that's really the accountability that is really, that you don't often get in high school sports and some of the younger things are where people aren't making as much money. But when I got called the NAF, I knew I had to get back in the book.
And I mean, it tells a lot about you, the way you take that.
Yeah.
I mean, you can just become the victim and say oh, these guys are mean.
No,
and they're just bullies.
Man.
And,
But I'm sure you
I could have played somewhere else, cuz.
Right.
But I mean, you would
do it like that.
But I mean, leading.
Motherfuckers playing with me, you calling me a NAF. No, dude, motherfucker, you just slipped and fell and dropped the ball that was in your hand. You fucking NAF.
Because I'm sure leading up
Hit
to
the
that,
portal, buddy.
leading up to that,
Portal, buddy.
leading up to that, you would probably nothing heard the worst of it, but you would probably heard enough of valid criticism from John.
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't know if we can say this on here, but one of the things that our friend used to say, or our trainer used to say, is that life's too short to be a pussy. Meaning
That's valid. That's valid.
So if
That's
you're not
what
going
I
to
heard.
wake up and give it everything you got, why are you here in my presence and why are you doing what you say you want to do? Nobody's like, I want a state championship. I want to win games. I want to be all state. I want to be this. You're saying all these things to me, but the second you get into some turmoil, you're bent over ass forward and you ain't doing shit for us. So why are you here? So having those people in your life, even when times get rough, those are the most important and influential people that take care of you over time.
Are we a deep podcast?
Dude, I was literally
still
just gonna say
thinking
this all started because Ethan said St. John's is going to the Elite Eight.
All right, let's bring it back.
No, that
to
was good. That was good. That was good.
Let's
I
bring
like
it
that.
back to that though. Do you guys
Okay.
have a current pick? A current pick to
win it all?
To win it all.
Alabama.
Honest,
He'd really like
So an
Alabama.
SEC team?
Took mine.
Haven't they dropped a
Fabius,
couple?
Fabius, let me
What'd
show
you
you.
say? What'd you say, Sam?
Hold on,
Didn't
Fabius.
Alabama just drop
I
a
did see
couple?
Yes,
Auburn
they're number 6. This
Wasn't
is what I
Auburn
wrote
up in
down.
there?
I'll tell you exactly what I wrote down. I have 95% faith an SEC team will win the tournament.
Yeah.
Okay, what are the how many top 10 teams are SEC teams?
5.
No.
Bama,
All
Tennessee.
Auburn, Tennessee, A&M.
Alabama dropped a hard one to Auburn, number 1 team by 9.
Which that's
Tell us the rankings. What are the rankings?
The rank.
What's Kentucky ranked?
17.
Are they not having a good year?
17.
Okay.
Or no, they were 17. They dropped because they lost.
Florida's
Kentucky, or no, yeah, no, they say 17. There we go.
Okay,
about-
so top
Florida
SEC teams.
fraudulent?
Auburn at 1, Florida at 3, Tennessee at 5,
Joakim
Bama
Noah,
at
shout
6. Okay, so there's
Al
only
Horford,
4.
shout out.
There's only 4. A&M dropped to 12.
Okay.
A&M dropped to 12. Missouri at 14. And there's Mississippi State at 24.
How bold of a
Is-
claim is that?
It's not.
Is John
Dude,
Calipari not having?
Alabama's going to be running the hot.
Well, they have what? 1, 3, 5, 6, 12,
4 of the top 16.
14, and 24. They have 7 top 24.
Is John Calipari not having a good first year at Arkansas?
Horrible.
Serves him right, dude.
His
Sir-
number one transfer is garbage. I think they're going to be the only SEC team who doesn't get in. There's a real chance they are maybe the only team in the SEC who doesn't get in.
Serves him right because I've been saying for years that man is about as good as whatever his recruiting class is. His class of 5 different freshman one and dones. Yeah. But if I had to make a prediction for who I think is going to win the tournament, may God forgive me for saying this because I'm almost sick to my stomach. I think I honestly have to say Duke. They have the star power. They have some depth.
No, they're freshmen. When was the last time freshmen won it?
And you know what? I will say to Justin,
Kentucky and I don't know if there was a time since then, but Kentucky in 2012.
The
That was
Harrison twins.
2012.
that was before them. Anthony Davis, Marcus Teague, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist,
Okay, so
Terrence Jones.
13 years ago.
Okay, I'm saying like it's not like that's still
That far.
Okay, but
it's still the one and done era.
to go off, just look at the Duke.
It's a way different era than.
So, yeah,
No, yes, and I know usually I would say that, but like you said, maybe not last episode, but the one before, Cooper Flagg is on a whole different level, and I know obviously like if you have an off night, like that can really screw you in the tournament.
Rise into the occasion.
But I mean, like it's
he also makes everybody else better.
He hasn't yet.
He
But
makes
I'll
everybody
also say
better.
this. I'll also say this. I haven't watched
big
enough.
games. He's getting carried by Con Knipple. Shout out Wisconsin high schooler. Shout out.
But
to
that's
Con
what I'm
Knipple.
saying. They have the depth to back it up beyond him, and that's just why, like, I think that's just a scary recipe. But also, I'll admit,
But then this is my argument against Duke. Tonight, not right now. Tonight, look at Auburn. Look at their team. Look at their efficiency, and then look at Duke. Auburn would beat Duke by 25 points.
I don't know if
25.
I don't know what it is, but I think for me when it comes to Auburn, I don't have a whole.
They are grown. Auburn is a bunch of grown men who are 5 grown men who will be drafted next year.
Yeah, but I think my gripe with them is more so their coach. I don't like
one of the best coaches in college basketball.
I think he's a little overrated when it comes to basketball coaches.
He-
I know what his track record is. I'm not trying to sound like too much of a casual,
If he decides to take the Indiana job, he'll be the highest paid coach of all time.
which I think would be a mistake. Well, not a mistake to it'd be a good hire, but overpay.
Everywhere he goes, the school gets better by a lot.
Did you say Indiana job? Yeah, I heard that. I heard that is in the top, actually.
That's their number one guy right now.
I don't know. I just think like late in the tournament, like his coaching style it doesn't last. I'm not saying he's not a good coach because obviously he hasn't he's been
gritty teams last. That's what he is. Gritty defense.
Yeah, but you still got to make the shots and stuff.
The only reason I agree with Justin is them being freshmen. Yeah, you talk about 20. It's a different age, especially with the portal. And Justin, my favorite word talked about grit. Who are the grittiest motherfuckers in college basketball? The guys who are seniors still fucking playing college basketball. And we've come into an age where you need veteran leadership at the college level, which is crazy because it was talent-based. Now we're at the age where you need veteran leadership. And Justin took my Alabama pick, by the way. Obviously, I want to say Auburn just because they're fucking Auburn right now. But I'm going to fall into the same trap. And I've weirdly fallen into this trap like 3 or 4 times in the last 15 years. Houston. That's my next pick.
Yeah.
Houston.
That was going to be my pick.
Do you know that Houston actually has the longest streak of being ranked now?
Good for them.
After
You know what they have also?
Well, no.
The longest streak of Ethan picking them as the title favorites and not winning. Because that's insane. I don't know. Dude, they're like I said, I'm a huge metrics guy, and I know it fails me. It's impossible to predict a 68 team field, but their metrics are always incredible.
No, metrics
in
are
Houston.
college basketball. That's what people don't get.
No, predicting the specific champion,
Analytics, but the thing is...
You know what I mean?
No, I
Specific
agree.
champion.
But even then, when you look back on it, even those Cinderella runs who won it,
The metrics.
the analytics and
They're
metrics
not.
really favored them.
And then you look
heavily.
at, and I think people also overlook, it's like, my favorite thing to look at is their losses too. Like, look up their notable losses. A team,
that is huge.
A small team, because like you can look.
Will you
Yeah.
dominate every school you're supposed to?
You look at like
That matters.
okay, they had a win over the number. A win over the number 8 team, whatever. A fluke can happen. But then you also look and you have this low team that has a 6-point loss at a powerhouse
This is why-
team. Like that stuff is
This
where
is
it
why
matters.
North Carolina is going to make the tournament, and it's going to be the biggest travesty of all time.
They shouldn't.
1-10 in
They're
quad
garbage.
one games.
They're garbage. North
They have
Carolina's
lost 3 quad 3 games.
Their name.
Quad 3 is like the middle of the pack of conference in like the MAC.
I forget the name of their
Like
coach.
Toledo is a quad
Their
3
name,
game.
North Carolina's
They
name.
have 3 of those losses.
North
and
Carolina's
they're gonna
name.
they're going to get a 9 seed.
North
Hey, man,
Carolina's name
put
is
some
going to get
motherfucking
them in the
respect
tournament.
on
No,
Toledo,
shut up.
baby.
I was thinking MAC. I'm sorry.
North
I was
Carolina.
thinking MAC.
Say Miami.
name.
Say
Just
Bowling
give me the
Green.
name.
Bowling Green. My voice. Oh my God. Bowling Green.
North Carolina's name alone is going to get them in the tournament.
You got to have that Carolina blue in the tournament, baby. I'm sure.
No, you don't.
Transitioning, I just realized we haven't talked about the NBA at all. Why is that?
You want to know why right now?
Dead league.
The league is garbage. All the players are soft. Everything that
Burn
has
it
come
down.
about in it has stemmed from ownership all the way down. You look a player in his eyes,
it.
he is probably not telling you the truth.
Burn it.
Every single one of them does not care about you as a
it.
fan. All they care about is being soft
Burn it down.
and not doing what is right. They're garbage people and garbage players.
That is all. Now, on to the best fast food items draft. Fuck.
Also, the MLB's in spring training, but who cares about spring training?
Yeah, well, yeah.
All right, as always, 1 through 5 to pick the draft order, and then clockwise. I don't even know. I've never figured out if it's clockwise for you guys. Probably not. All right,
We do care about
pick a
our fans,
number
thank
1
you
through
so much.
5.
We love our fans.
We love every last one of you. You guys have been awesome.
1, Evie,
Let's go.
Evie, and then down the line.
Evie, Bobby.
Yes.
Okay.
Do. With the first pick in the fast food draft, the Evan Ferguson's select Big Mac from McDonald's University.
Such an Evan pick.
Absolute
Fair.
classic.
That's fair.
Evan is a Big Mac fiend.
Big Mac fiend.
Whoa.
I was gonna say, dude, the Big Mac is just so legendary. That one guy that's
It
only been
is.
eating 3 Big Macs a day for the
Fat
last.
fuck, Evie.
That was number 1 on my board.
What do you got?
All right, so we did discuss whether or not we were gonna do discontinued items, but I do have something special for you guys. Do you remember the Southwest chicken
Egg
wrap?
roll. Oh.
No, the Southwest chicken wrap from McDonald's.
McDonald's.
Damn it!
Okay, yeah, that's
Mine.
Yeah, that was my.
Oh, wait, we can't do snack wraps anymore? 'Cause
No,
that's my number
it just
1.
it just takes them
Well,
out.
well, so like the snack wrap.
I think it's snack wrap as a whole.
It came in that little paper. I'm talking about the one that was wrapped up in the card.
No,
No,
that-
yeah, no, the cardboard ones where it leaked.
bigger one.
That's just the bigger one. It's the
Yeah.
same thing.
ripped
Just,
the
it's like the
top
deluxe
off,
version.
and it had too much flavor for its own good. But for all you guys out there, they do say that they're gonna continue them again.
they are.
this year.
McDonald's, if you bring them back, we will
are.
each
We
will
eat
come.
3 of them on this episode per
They
episode.
will come.
Please,
And then please give us a sponsorship deal. We're desperate for money.
All right. Here's what I got. Here's what I got. Number 1 should have been everybody's number 1, especially being Wisconsin. Man, the Butterburger, baby.
That's a
Think about that.
It is the best. I don't care about anybody else's regional burger. All right, I've had the In-N-Out. I've had In-N-Out mids, and I've heard that one's the best. Butterburger, nothing comes close. Butterburger.
Which restaurant? Which restaurant? We know this.
Which Culver's?
Oh, which Culver's?
Oh no! Oh, which restaurant? In-N-Out. In-N-Out.
What?
no Butterburger from Culver's. You mean?
No, but you said which? I thought you were talking about the one I was talking shit about.
Oh no.
I'm talking shit about In-N-Out.
In-N-Out. Yeah, no.
I was talking shit about In-N-Out.
Butterburger from Culver's.
Hey, what do you
That's
got?
what we're going with.
What do you got, Jess?
I'm about to look so fat. Whopper.
Honestly,
It's
I'm
the
fine
same
with that. I
thing.
didn't even write Whopper down because I think it's trash. I think it's
No,
an
what?
overrated burger.
Give me no fuck. you.
Any burger where you're like your signature burger is without cheese, you're irrelevant.
It has cheese on it.
You have to get it with cheese. A Whopper.
That's true. You
like,
have to get it with
thank you.
cheese, but who doesn't get it with cheese?
But also, like,
Get it with cheese. That's
I don't.
That's a you problem.
No, that is a me problem.
And
But
then
anyway,
they do the mayo. They do the mayo
I agree.
perfectly.
I agree. If they're not
They
including
do the
cheese right
mayo.
away,
They do the
it's
mayo perfectly.
Yes, I agree.
The
with that.
burger is always cooked for fast food. Peak burger, patty,
I do love
It's a
some
solid
Burger King.
It's a solid
peak,
burger.
and really good and underrated. People don't think about this. Their veggies like the lettuce, tomato, pickles,
Crispy.
very good, very crispy.
That's another thing.
Crispy.
Personally, I don't like tomato and like I'll do chopped onions on a burger
There's
or
something
like
going on.
like caramelized or sautéed onions or whatever. But just the raw onion circles, like that's just
I
that just
get
looks
no
gross
onions.
to me.
I get no onions.
Okay, fair. But also tomato. I don't like tomato on a burger.
But I was gonna say,
But this isn't
the
about
raw
me.
onions. Like I know a lot of people who like them. I'm sure they're still very good on it.
I
Yeah.
love onions so much.
Ethan's a big stinky onion boy.
Let's let it rip.
All right. For my first, we're going with some authentic American Mexican.
Ooh.
The Crunchwrap Supreme.
Nice. That was second. That was second on my board.
I should have said that.
That's a good one.
Look,
That's a good
my
one.
number 2.
Justin's getting ripped
Good
off
pick.
over there.
Good pick. All
I got 2 down already, dude.
Hey,
right,
believe it or
Seth,
not,
you got another one. Or sorry, wait, what were you gonna say, Fabe?
no, I was just like, believe it or not, Whopper was actually 7th on my list.
Wow.
I do
You have
enjoy
7 written
bag.
down.
Deep
7
bag.
written down.
Hey, shit, you motherfucker! Look at you. You're already down too.
I have like 10 written down.
You're right. I gotta think harder.
All right, what do you got?
My next one, we're going. Shout out to Colonel. Famous Bowl.
I didn't write that down. Oh no!
That's a good one. Dude.
Good
Look at that
pick,
one.
you.
Quality.
Good
Love a
pick.
Famous Bowl,
That
dude.
first $4.37 bowl when they dropped that bitch.
Dude, that shit's like
Dude.
$8 now, dude.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, it's getting a little pricey, but
Still
the
worth it.
original Famous
Wait,
Bowl.
I'll ask this before I make this comment. Did anybody else put KFC items on their list?
No.
You
No.
remember those little kicking chickens they used to have
Yeah.
with that soft bread and you?
I think they still have them.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Chicken
They're
noodles.
just not as fire.
Yeah, they're chicken
Not
noodles,
as
yeah.
fire.
Justin, what do you got?
noodles, yeah.
Dude,
What do you got, big dog?
A discontinued item
Okay.
okay.
from, as Seth said, a Mexican American classic.
Ooh.
The steak quesarito.
No, you can get it.
Get it online.
Online.
Yeah.
Okay, an online
The steak quesarito
Yes.
is so good. That's my
So
favorite
gas.
thing by
So
far.
gas.
Favorite thing by far.
Oh, good.
Good pick. Good pick.
That cheese. Ooh.
That rice, that steak. The steak. I'm not a spice guy, but that steak is the perfect amount of spice.
Yeah, a little bit of kick
So
to it.
good.
Ethan?
We're gonna take it back to Taco Bell.
I know.
Dude, I'm about to hit up Taco Bell after this.
Other taco.
We're gonna go. And you know what? They discontinued the spicy version, which is bullshit because it wasn't even spicy. The Gordita Crunch.
Fiery Gordita Crunch.
The Fiery Gordita Crunch was the
Fiery
best
Gordita
one,
Crunch.
but the
I would just go
Gordita Crunch,
Gordita,
that
that's-
sauce, I don't know, they only use it on the Gordita, but that Gordita sauce is next level. And the texture of, it's all so good.
I like that
So
pick.
good.
I like that
Can we
pick.
do dessert?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fast food item, yeah.
I got one.
What do you about to say, McDonald's apple pie?
And I think this is one of those things that you stay up until 6 a.m. just so you know that they're making them. Sausage, egg, and McMuffin.
I'm more of a bacon or bagel guy.
Biggest, the sausage egg McMuffin is heaven sent.
It's the greatest thing ever, dude.
Heaven
Dude, it is the
sent.
only thing. When I
$0.10.
get McDonald's breakfast and I see that shit is $5, I'm like, I'm not mad.
It's more.
That shit, it's.
But it's still worth it.
It's
Still worth it.
so
You remember when
good.
they had that 2 for $5 deal?
They always have
Yeah.
that deal on the app
Just
usually.
rent-
Buy one,
rent-
get one breakfast sandwich for like
Yep.
50 cents or whatever. I would always get that for breakfast in Whitewater when
They still do it.
would be open.
They
'cause
still.
sometimes,
Yeah, that shit was never open. Hey,
Understaffed.
Whitewater's McDonald's. Whitewater McDonald's. Step it
Worst
up.
in the nation.
Step the game up.
Because I still work there, and sometimes I want to eat at your fine establishment, but I can't because I don't trust you.
All right, Ab.
Let's hear it, Abby.
Oh, dude. There's so many choices.
They really-
Ran out.
This one feels a little risky, but I'm gonna go with it. We're gonna go Chick-fil-A sauce.
Okay.
Not feeling it? Not feeling it? All right, whatever.
No, I
wouldn't say
respect
it's
it.
No,
I love it.
It's
It's just.
I will agree, it's the best fast food sauce.
Yeah.
Just wasn't thinking sauces.
Have you had
Yeah.
cane
Let's give him another
sauce?
one.
But it's so
But,
good.
It is good. Let's get another one.
Yeah,
Another one.
I don't know. I was
Two
thinking
more.
more like physical
Yeah,
food.
yeah,
like
Food, yeah. Because that Polynesian.
We're gonna go. We're gonna go another. Honestly, I think underrated burger fast food restaurant. Wendy's Baconator.
Okay, fair.
All right.
it's a staple.
That's
It's an
the
icon.
fresh.
Baconator is
Always
their
fresh.
peak for sure.
Always fresh.
Yeah.
You know, actually, they came out with a nacho burger that I would fuck up religiously until they finally took it off the menu. It was amazing.
I think
They,
that
they come out with some good seasonal stuff. Like they came out with a ghost pepper burger, which ghost peppers, if you aren't familiar, are pretty spicy. Their version
750,000
was
Scoville's.
not good enough, but it was fantastic.
Okay, is it you again? Or?
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I made my back-to-back picks, so it's you.
Are we not knocking off the sauce? I thought we were saying another one because
Wait, are we?
Go ahead. Yeah, go
yeah,
ahead.
just go again.
Oh, so no
Well,
sauce.
we're
Okay.
not going to count the sauce.
Okay.
Yeah,
Then I'm gonna replace.
Amazing pick, but not.
I'm gonna
food.
replace that with. Actually, I'm glad. I would rather go with this. Dairy Queen Blizzard.
Yes.
Good one.
Yeah.
Good one.
I mean,
I actually feel
It's
much.
also not
I
necessarily
feel.
food,
Thank you
but
guys.
I
I feel
get
much
it.
better now.
Well,
You said dessert. You
Dessert.
said
That's a
dessert.
dessert.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a food.
yeah. You're right. You're right.
You almost don't have Dairy Queen without the Blizzard.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they have good food, but it's like
That's their
I
peak.
tell you what, though,
Yeah.
I
No. Hold on, hear me
I
out.
go there sometimes for the flamethrower burger.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's
Hear me
so
out.
good.
Hear me out. And he doesn't. Hold on. Hear me out. He doesn't watch this. Shout out Rob Lyon, my boss. Dairy Queen chili cheese dog, unreal.
Sounds like diarrhea.
No. I promise. He told me about this, and I the same thing. I was like, I don't know if I trust you. I tried it. Unreal.
I got
Unreal. Give it a try.
I got food poisoning from a
Give
Sonic
it a
chili
try.
cheese dog one time.
Dude,
so
try.
I'm a little
Sonic chili
skeptic
cheese
about
dog is
that.
good, though.
Okay, fine. If you
Chili
don't
cheese
like
dog,
chili
dog.
cheese dogs, but
No, I do, but I'm
Give it a try, then.
skeptical about
give it a
fast
try.
food cheese
Give it a
dogs.
try.
so you kind of fucked me there. Let me tell you why. Fuck.
My bad.
No, you're good. You're good. I was gonna say the foot-long chili cheese dog at Sonic.
you can still say it.
That's what gave me
That is
food
such a good
poisoning.
one. I'm
But
sorry.
It's a little different, but so I got something else here, and we're gonna go with the dessert route. Subway cookies when they're fresh.
Okay, yes.
Dude, yeah, honestly,
Yeah.
yeah.
Chocolate chip fresh cookie pair, so good with the sub.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
Absolutely fantastic. Oh, dude. I didn't even think about all the other fast foods. I'm fucking crazy right now.
Maybe we should have gone 5.
Dude.
Holy fuck. There's a lot out
My
there.
mouth is watering right now.
Do we have enough for 5? Do we?
I have enough for
I have enough for 5. If we want to go 5 rounds, let's go 5 rounds.
Go on, fuck
All right.
Let's
All
go.
right.
I
I got my next one.
I can
This
bust-
one, this one might not be as popular for the voters because we live in Wisconsin, but Cane's chicken.
Oh, so good.
Cane's
So
chicken.
good.
It's just coming around regionally.
Yeah.
Finally, but Cane's chicken, and I know it's not like I know Evan mentioned sauce, but like obviously there's no Cane's chicken without Cane's sauce.
No, yeah.
Cane's
yeah.
sauce, I think, is a little bit lower than Chick-fil-A sauce, but it goes bar
No,
for bar.
it's still
bar
good.
for bar.
It's still good.
Sauce wise.
Yeah. If you could give me Cane's chicken fingers or tenders, whichever one they prefer, it's fingers. If you give me Cane's
Them
chicken
bitches
fingers
basically tenders.
with, but it's the name of their restaurant is Raising
I know.
Cane's
I'm
chicken
just
fingers.
adding on.
Yes.
That's why I said
But-
basically.
But if you give me Cane's chicken fingers with Chick-fil-A sauce, I think I might be lifted up into heaven.
Yes. Yes. All right, Just, what do you got, big dog?
I have to point myself out earlier. I gave credit to Evan that Chick-fil-A was the best sauce. I keep confusing things. Cane's has the best sauce.
Oh, thank
Check that out. Cane's has the best sauce for chicken.
Close. It's close.
It's close. Chick-fil-A sauce, incredible. Cane's sauce, I'd give it my firstborn for. It's that good.
Rest in peace to your firstborn when it finally comes.
Tubs of Cane's
got-
sauce at my
Well, there's a
door.
Canes in Janesville now too. So-
Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
there's Canes in
I've been-
Lane.
I don't even have to give away my firstborn, but I still might.
Yeah, I mean,
I've been going to Cane's religiously since I got
Oh, that's
here.
not my choice. That's not
Oh,
my
I was
choice.
going to say, we ended up skipping over his
No,
sauce
but
choice.
Yeah.
earlier I said that Chick-fil-A sauce was the best sauce. Forgot about Cane's sauce.
What you got?
Fucking
Yeah, third
good.
choice, let me
And you can
repeat.
order it by the cupful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let you do that.
did you guys know that they actually they're in cohorts with Louisiana hot sauce? So I like to dribble a little bit of that.
Do you mean
packet.
cahoots?
That's good.
Cahoots. I was thinking of that.
Cahoots from high school?
No, but they're in cahoots,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I dribble a little bit of that just to add a little tang.
All right. My third pick. Wendy's. The Frosty. That is peak dessert.
Wait, what kind? What kind?
Chocolate.
All right,
Oh, yeah, you gotta go
making
chocolate.
sure,
Strawberry,
making
more
sure.
strawberry, but chocolate's peak.
Dude, the one in
Strawberry's so good.
The Wendy's in
It's hard to
Delavan
get.
doesn't do
It is
at least
hard,
last.
yeah. Sometimes they like never have it.
The strawberry in Delavan just doesn't even do strawberry.
Yeah.
It's just berry. just straw.
All right, Rip, it's that third round.
Okay, I'm going back to McD's.
Okay.
I feel like I could eat an unlimited amount. Hash browns.
Yeah.
Nice. Good pick. Good pick.
Give me
Well,
all the hash
I-
browns, dude.
I'd say my 3 combo when I go to McD's in the morning, that sausage egg McMuffin with that hash brown and that
Burrito.
OJ.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good combo.
That's my little 3P. Shout out Patrick.
Dude, I swear
Didn't get one.
that orange juice. I don't know what it is, but like I swear I can get that down in one gulp
Yes.
with McDonald's
It's
breakfast. It's like,
Goes down too easy.
all right, what you got for
Yeah.
4?
All right. This one might just be drunk me talking, but topper sticks.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. I was wondering, like, I'm like, do pizza places count as fast food? But like, technically, yeah.
fast food.
Okay,
Um,
that changes everything.
I got a
And
banger.
especially Toppers. I don't think I've ever seen one person in my life sit down and eat at Toppers.
Same.
No,
I've been in there.
seriously.
I've been in there probably 50 fucking times.
It's like that other one pizza spot in Whitewater.
Oh, pizza by slice.
Slice.
No, Rocky Rococo.
Oh,
So good.
dude, I don't know how they're still in business.
not there anymore,
Oh, wait.
but shout
I
out
was,
Rocky.
I was
It's
gonna.
not there anymore
No, it's Rockies, Rococo's.
in Whitewater.
Yeah,
It's still rocking. No, I was gonna message the chat, but I fucking forgot. I was driving by the other day, and there's a guy walks out, and this is when we're at that 6-degree fucking Monday, and he walks out, fucking walking down past that auto shop, t-shirt, pants, ripping a cig on a phone call, and that's it. Rocky Rococo shirt on, and I was like, this guy is a goddamn.
Yeah, I
fucker.
thought for sure this.
He's a
No,
hero.
they're still going. And the only reason they're still going is they're laundering money because nobody is ever
I
there.
never see anybody.
Dude, that
there.
was after like football on a
Whitewater
Saturday.
Seven on
came.
seven.
Yeah, 7 on 7.
Seven
Go to
every
Rockies.
time.
Every
If
weekend.
you go to you go to 7 on 7s, you get Rocky.
And you
Rococo.
overwhelm them because there's one person working there.
Yeah.
The salad bar didn't even have any salad. Just had like
Never.
cabbage.
Never. All right, let's keep going.
Was,
Yeah.
was that his second pick of the
Yeah.
That was That was starting.
I'm up round 4. This isn't my number 1 pick from McDonald's. I would have gone Big Mac, but that was 1.1. And then the other thing I was thinking of for McDonald's, I just don't feel like saying because every restaurant has it. So for my pick, I'm gonna rip the McDouble.
Good pick.
Classic.
Good pick.
It's-
Classic.
yeah,
Very
nothing-
reliable.
Nothing special, but you know, it's a little expensive now. But a few years ago, man, you could get a few of those for like $5,
Yeah.
$4 or
Dude.
$5.
I used to quantify how much money I had by how many McChickens.
Dude, we used to do that all the time.
Be like, oh my god, I got $10 in my pocket. That is 10 McChickens.
McChickens were basically currency.
And before that, when I was a kid, that was 20 McChickens.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
All right, Ethan, let us have it.
all right, my next pick, and this one also might not be as popular, but you guys just aren't as educated. A spicy chicken sandwich from Popeyes.
I'm
Yes.
not on it.
Incredible. Popeyes, and I will say it till I die, and it's, for us locally, it's not as popular because you have to go to fucking Janesville for it, but Popeyes has the best chicken sandwich around. The best chicken sandwich
Yeah,
around.
damn
I
shit.
don't
It's
know if I
incredible.
could agree with that because you guys remember the King when it would take them 11 minutes to make it at Burger King?
No, I thought
Every
that was
time,
gross.
dude, that was the best chicken sandwich I've probably had from these fast food spots, and it was the King.
Is that your next pick?
No, that's not. But that was just to go off what you said. My next pick is Jersey Mike subs.
Ooh,
That's a good
Oh,
one.
man.
that's kind of broad, but Jersey.
Oh, well,
We'll allow it,
I
we'll
could
allow it.
probably. Oh,
No, I said we'll allow it.
oh, okay. Well, the Jersey Mike subs. I mean, they have a deli.
40 fucking options.
Well, cold subs, warm subs, sub in a tub,
Here's
wherever
the
you
thing.
want.
We're all being so specific.
Yeah, you go up there,
Okay,
there's
so
40
Jersey
fucking
Mike's
options.
entire
Okay,
menu.
well, I like the.
Mike's way?
Oh yeah.
Obviously,
So
No.
I'll do the BL.
you obviously get it Mike's way.
I do the BLT
Too soggy.
Kill
with
yourself.
BLT. Add chicken. Obviously, we got the bacon on there, and then I add all the toppings on there. Obviously, Mike's Way, vinegar, oil, everything. Honestly, if you gave me any type of fucking sandwich from Jersey Mike's, I'm eating it. So that's my pick.
All right.
Good choice.
Evan, what you got, big dog?
I'm gonna go shout out Nikola Jokic for getting drafted during this commercial. Beefy 5-layer burrito from Taco Bell.
Okay, interesting. Yeah.
What are you saying? Are you gonna say disgusting?
It's disgusting.
Okay, get it with no beans and then come talk to me.
Beefy 5-layer is the most
So technically beefy
disgusting
4-layer
thing I've
burrito.
ever eaten in my entire life. The 5
pretty
layers.
basic.
You know what? You know
I
what?
mean,
You know what the
nacho
5
cheese on
layers
it's
are?
good.
The 5 literally.
agree.
One of the 5 layers is the bread, and I feel like that just does not count, right? Then and there, you can't say 5 layer. I mean,
Technically. Wait,
Technically
nacho
speaking-
cheese, sour cream, beef, beans.
bread.
Yes, yeah.
That's disgusting.
Oh yeah, there's shredded cheese.
He already
yeah.
said cheese.
No, there's nacho cheese and there's shredded cheese. That's actually a
It's
good point.
the same fucking thing.
No, it's not.
No, it's
No,
not.
it's not.
No,
No, it's not.
When it comes
Taco Bell nacho cheese and shredded cheese.
Listen,
No.
listen. When it comes to Taco Bell and they put a little dab of fucking nacho cheese over here and a little sprinkle of regular cheese over here.
Okay, actually, the beefy
5-layer is
5-layer
disgusting.
The only thing they do wrong when it comes to beef,
Texture is awful.
I-
Just
Taste
mushy.
is awful.
I-
mushy.
no, I would get
Gross.
it.
Just mushy.
I would get it with all the layers, but when you get it with beans, they overload the beans and don't put any beef on there. Then it's just
You know what I
like,
take? Never mind. Well, I'm not gonna
well,
say. The beefy double beef burrito is 10 times better, and it's $2.50 cheaper.
I do like that one too.
All right, Evan, keep it rolling. Last round.
All right,
last
I'm gonna
pick.
go one discontinued one. Going for McDonald's again. The Cinemelts.
That's a fucking great.
That's a good one.
That's a
solid.
phenomenal
That's
pick.
Shout out Braden Hembrook, his favorite food of all time.
That's solid.
So good.
That's solid. I got one for you, and it's actually, I'm surprised it hasn't been brought up yet. You guys might not be a fan, but Panda Express orange chicken.
Dude.
That was my pick.
No way. No way.
That was my fucking
So
pick.
good.
It's like he just drafted a kid from JUCO who's bound to be a star, and Justin's the only other one that knew about him and thought that he had him.
Fucking God.
Yes.
I thought I was going to have to steal the fucking draft.
I told you I'm due, baby.
All right, Ethan.
Fun fact about the orange chicken. I always thought it was called orange chicken just because it is orange. I could never taste a hint of oranges. Alex recently taught me that it's called orange chicken because it's made with oranges. Never knew that. Shout out Alex, teaches me something new every day.
Benefits
That's
of
why I love
having
you,
a
baby.
girlfriend of Asian descent.
Fiance.
Fiance.
I keep forgetting that. That's on
All right,
me. That's on
my
me.
last pick,
That's on
which
me.
I personally think is the steal of the draft because nobody's considered gas station cuisine yet because it is technically fast food.
Cuisine.
Good point.
Quick Trip garlic cheese sticks.
Why do you say it like that?
Thought a little harder there.
Dude, I don't know, just tell you.
No, those are really good, though.
Like, you
Those
can
are
get
fire.
a fucking thing of them for 99 cents, and it's fucking incredible on a deal day. It's incredible. I'm telling you, go get them. For going into a Quick Trip, you get
They're
there.
good. They're really good.
They are
This is not what
incredible.
I was expecting.
No, I was expecting.
You know, there's a lot more, but I'm really trying to broaden my horizons, and the fact that nobody went anything gas station, which I think has phenomenal food.
All right.
Yeah, but I think that's too regional.
Yeah, that's.
But then again,
We're all in Wisconsin. All of our
not true. I was like, I'm saying that as if we're worldwide.
When I said regional before, I meant like
someone
shit out of
dropped
Wisconsin.
Butterburger.
Yeah.
Someone dropped Butterburger.
Well,
That was my
Culver's is
first
around.
pick.
Culver's is
That was my
around.
first pick.
Quick Trips around.
I mean, like,
Which one did you
Culver's is like going like further south, further west.
So is Quick
east.
Trip.
Whatever, bucko.
I
It's
guess.
like going to
They have
Buc-ee's,
fucking-
All right. Anyway,
the
Whatever.
rib tips or some shit.
Justin.
I don't know if that's gonna get the crowd going or not. But honest to God,
Yeah.
I think out of all of my choices, this is my personal favorite. I just simply can't afford it. Panera bread mac and cheese.
Amazing.
No, that's
Especially
good.
in like a bread bowl.
I feel that though.
Bread
Yeah.
bowl, amazing.
It's so expensive, but it is so good.
No, that is really good.
This
Good
might
pick.
sound weird. I don't like the pasta type that they use, the little shell ones.
I love that.
I hate the texture.
I love
But
that.
the taste, fantastic.
I love it all.
Dude. I won't go into it. I'm gonna get lost. But
Yeah.
finish this off.
Back to Subway, even though I like a lot of other sub places a lot more. But the sweet onion teriyaki chicken sub,
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good one.
is my most ordered, and
Okay.
Every time I see that in the commercial,
Love
Fire.
Subway.
I mean, they know how to make the juices drip with that teriyaki sauce.
no, I like a nice moist sandwich. So
Let us know again who won.
I think
Even
we
though I
all
won.
know who won.
that was
Maybe.
that
I
was
know
a,
I didn't win this one, but I
Orange
picked my
chicken
favorite.
was a steal, but I won.
that was a phenomenal draft, boys.
I think I've won.
We should get royalties from like each of these fast food restaurants for like the next for like the following 48 hours after this episode airs. Like whoever watches this and then goes. But
get the what's on your mind meal at McDonald's.
there's nothing
the
special
fact-
about it. You just
the
get a
fact-
special paper
The
bag.
fact that they have an Angel Reese meal just shows me that we could have our own meal.
Yeah, honestly, might as
You know
well.
what? Being mediocre at your job and still getting a meal at McDonald's.
Is a ladybug.
I
Good
know.
luck.
Oh, let's respect the women.
All right. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of What's on Your Mind. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Ethan, do your thing.
Nightmare, 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 nightmare.